Hey there ARK players, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today is a very exciting one because we have got a very exciting community crunch coming later tonight, full of information, and for Genesis players on official servers there is some very good news for you guys. So we're going to be diving into all of this information, and I think one of them that I'm most excited about is coming from this person, Nekatus himself, who says tomorrow is a big day for me. And this was yesterday, obviously in preparation for the community crunch, and I think a lot of us are very sure we know what this is going to be. So if you guys do enjoy today's video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe, and come and join us in the LoadedCrysis cluster. Link to our Discord is down below for 4 completely free servers, Genesis Ascended, and Nekatus' new map, Bjarnheim. When that launches, it's a completely free map, and that will be coming day 1 to the cluster. Of course, we'll be, covering the Astraeos mega update, or final update, and everything like that. So we're going to get in with the news now. Let's do it. So yes, tomorrow, today, is a big day for Nekatus, and this most likely is going to be the official announcement of the Astraeos final ever update. Since the map came out in February 2024, for me personally has gone on to be one of the most successful and loved ARK maps of the entire new franchise. Well, that's probably not the word I should call of ARK Survival Ascended. There were many beloved maps such as Ragnarok and stuff and ARK Survival Evolved, and I would say Astraeos has gone down as one of the most favourite maps in ARK history. Yes, it's had its issues because it's a really sort of chonky map, but it has been amazing and the journey has been fantastic, and Nekatus made a promise to us and said that yes, Astraeos is not in its final form, but it will be constantly developed and one day will be finally finished. We were shown, obviously he's working on Bjarnheim like we said as well, but that is a totally separate free map for the game. Astraeos mega update was what we had before, and then what we got announced back in March 7th was Boar to be Wild, which was summer 2026, which is the brand new Boaratos, which is coming alongside the Astraeos final update. Studio Wildcard went on to say the wilds of Astraeos keep getting wilder. Arriving this summer, the Boaratos is not your typical forest brute. Towering at nearly twice the size of a Daedon, this fiery juggernaut's massive tusks carve through trees and with surprising results, while its temper can quite literally ignite, setting its fur and tusks ablaze to unleash explosive attacks that leave enemies burning in its wake. This fearsome creature is based on a concept by Dragonheart, the creator of Archaeology Overseer's Experiments mod, and it's bringing a whole kind of new heat to Astraeos. So this obviously probably won't be on the new island because it will be on the lava island, and because obviously by the look of it, this doesn't seem to be the type of creature that is going to be spawning over in the new area. But what I'm actually going to do for you guys is, after we've gone through the news from Dolly as well, which is super exciting about the crunch later, we're going to jump in game and just have a little look again and to see if anything's changed since the recent patches to the unreleased area that you can actually go and visit the early version of before it's officially released. But my ETA for this right now, it's summer 2026. I can see it launching some point in August. I do believe that tonight Studio Wildcard will give some form of release date for this, and it's the next launch. It's the next launch that I think we can all happily say when it was priced at $15, this map, I think we were all sort of kind of, was it £15 or $15? I can't remember, but I think we've definitely got our money's worth now. I know at the time it seemed a little bit pricey, but this map's been fantastic. So Dolly went on to post saying, hey folks, keep an eye out for the community crunch today. We'll have Summer Bash news coming in very hot. And for official players, a timeline ETA for the next drop of new Gen 1 servers, finally. This, I told you guys, had been an issue because Studio Wildcard pretty much broke the game when they dropped the Genesis update, and ping was through the roof, servers were broken. It was a horrible, rocky launch. I would say probably the worst launch they've had since they dropped Ascended. Now things have calmed down, people are enjoying the map and having fun. It's just such a shame they can't seem to do that on day one of the launch. I definitely think it really affects their launches. But for players waiting to get into the official servers, finally new Genesis 1 servers will be dropping, and we'll be getting news on the Summer Bash. She did then follow up here with some information where this person said, wait, do I need to stay awake tonight for new servers, or can my EU butt get a normal night's sleep and read the crunch in the morning for launch times? Dolly, because she's a bit of a comedian, went on to say, I thought I wrote it clearly, but I'm sleepy, and maybe it's time for me just to make it just clear to me, lol. But it's just to be super obvious, I'll write my old like 60-second patch notes. So today, crunch. Newsletter of news, which probably Astraeos final update. Summer Bash dropping hot. Shh. Also, news about drop of new official server. ETA, although Wildcard not good at ETA, as we know. Not the actual drop of the official servers. No panic, take EU butt to bed. Thank you. Do you know what? I would like that a little bit more. I'd be more than happy that when there's a launch, for Dolly just to say, take EU butt to bed to us more often, because the Lost Colony launch, I stayed up until 2 PM the next day, fell asleep and missed the start of the launch. So I've learned, and I learned a lot better for Genesis Part 1 to get some rest in, because, I mean, it used to be a matter of fact where when a launch happens, you would stay up for it because it would be 3-4 AM. Now we're getting to the point where it's starting to, the launches are getting worse, and I don't like that. I thought we were getting better. The launches are getting longer, they're getting worse in terms of, like, issues, and I hope Studio Wildcard work on that for the future launches of Dragontopia and the Astraeos final update. But yes, that's what's happening. Lots going on. Of course, for anyone in the LoadedCrysis cluster, the Summer Bash will be dropping as soon as it launches over on the cluster, so I'm seriously excited for that, and now it's time to jump in game. Okay, so there is quite a lot of different places that you can explore for the final update, because I don't think this is actually the only spot for the Astraeos final update, which is very exciting. So up here is where one of the new islands is going to be, and if we come back here and we go to the map, this is where it will be in the map. So I've got a completely fresh brand new spot, and if we come over here and we go into commands, we should be able to toggle ghost mode, and then we might have to do it again actually. Toggle ghost mode, we should be able to get our way through. It gets a little bit glitchy when you're using the Gaia admin, so we'll try again, but there we go. So we're through now. So now we should be able to fly over to this bit of land, which is going to be one of the new areas. I've gotten very sure recently that there's going to be more than one new area. This is one of them, the floating islands, which I really like, and it does have a temple there as well and some little spaces to build. Obviously all of this will be completed. This isn't going to be its final look, I'm sure you can tell that, but there is actually some really nice stuff that you can explore on this island already. I've done it twice before, so I kind of have had a little look of this island before, but what is really cool is this top bit up here. So as you can see, there is actually some stuff already put into this area here. And you can see there's more stuff that you can actually go into. I can hear like a waterfall as well. And I think you can stand. Yeah, you can stand in this new area here. It sounds like there's a Oh yeah, there's a waterfall. So it's kind of like a bit of a sneak peek early on, which I still think is really cool. You can kind of get the vibe of what it's going to look like. And I mean, look at these, like, this is definitely showing that this is the final, isn't it? The final bit of Astraeos. And there's even a little bit down here with some more really cool stuff going on. So I think we can go all the way around. And I think they're the main kind of points. Oh wait, I don't think I've seen this before. Oh, this is definitely new. Oh yeah, I've definitely not seen this bit. There you go. You learn something new every day when you're checking out early stuff within this map. And I think that's pretty much everything that you can see. I always say that, and then but if we go onto the map now, you can see it's a fairly big island, isn't it? It's not huge, but it is pretty big. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of surprises on it. Theriokis is where I think that the boar is going to be spawning in. Now, we've got to try and get back over because we're going to be showing you the next part, which I think is going to... It's actually a hidden island that was found when the Astraeos Mega Update came in. So if we go into Ghost Mode, this probably won't work, will it? Have we got in? No, we haven't. Okay, we need to be in the water. So look, there's nothing going on in that part of water. And then we can see we're like trapped behind this. So if we toggle... No, we don't want to toggle God. Ghost Mode. Okay, I think we're through now. So this is the next big one. This was when the Pyranthos update dropped. So if we fly all the way over here, you can ghost mode yourself out of the map, which is past Pyranthos. Does anyone find their maps restarting? I know sometimes when you create new characters or whatever and you start from fresh, that happens, but definitely it's happened to me a few times where that's... So over here, there's a part where we'll end up getting blocked off. And through this is where we'll actually find... We've got to ghost mode our way through again. We'll actually find some stuff going on under here. So what I'm actually going to do quickly is just change some settings because for this to work and be able to find this, I think you have to turn off fog and cloud to be able to see this part. Okay, so we are now through, and we should be able to get ourselves over to this area. So you can see I've been here before. And this is where everyone said that they thought that the Kraken boss was coming to Astraeos, because Nekatus basically said that the Atlas Kraken boss wouldn't work. He basically said that the technical advancements of it just wasn't working with the dev kit. It was an idea at the beginning. Now, we all thought the Kraken was still coming, right? Because in this part of the area, there actually is this sign where it's showing Kraken tentacles coming out of the water. And then when we actually fly down over here, if I'm correct, I think... Okay, so it wasn't actually fog, it was the color grading, and basically, as you can see, it removes this, like, barrier. I remember doing this in the past, and you can all of a sudden see some hidden stuff, and when we actually go underneath, it is totally... It's a world of Atlantis. Literally a hidden world of Atlantis. Now, you guys know, Nekatus is actually working on Atlantis, which is a new DLC coming out in Q1 2027. If that date stays that way, you know, that would be interesting. But this could be him testing features of that. I really personally like it when it looks kind of a bit more... If we go underneath, I like it when it looks like this. I think this looks amazing. I think this is how it's probably meant to look like. But yeah, really cool. And it obviously goes a little bit underwater after that. So I think this is like the kind of the next part as well, which I think is going to be coming with the Astraeos Mega Update. Well, I keep calling it the Mega Update, the final update. And then as you can see, there's even more kind of that's underneath this part of the water. Now, the biggest questions is the Kraken coming? And I don't know. I mean, Nekatus seems to be very adamant that the Kraken is not possible to come to the game. So, I don't really know right now. I would absolutely love for him to surprise us, and out of nowhere, for the Astraeos final update tonight, it gets announced that the Kraken is actually coming. I think that would be like a dream come true. But I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be, we're going to have our very own, like, kind of underwater world of Astraeos. So, yeah, get prepared, guys, because tonight's going to be a really fun night, full of surprises, and I can't wait for the crunch. So I'll catch you guys all in the crunch. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.